My name is Kristina Ohlsson. I'm 33 years old. I moved to Stockholm, this fantastic place, 10 years ago. I have always written stories, even since I was 7 years old. I used to love writing in all its shapes and forms. Not poetry, but everything else I loved. And I always knew or thought that I would have a profession where I wrote a lot. I have certain passions that I nurtured even in high school and later at the university. For example, the Middle East conflict, the Middle East as a region, EU questions, and all of that I studied at the university in Gothenburg, in Stockholm, in Israel. And from there I was recruited to the security service, which is a very secret place, kept away from real life, I would say. And I stayed there for 5 years, which also included the time I spent in Baghdad working as an attaché to the embassy. Well, actually, it turned out that Baghdad was a great place to work and write because there was absolutely nothing else to do. I was there during the Iraqi summertime, which is from April until October, basically. It was somewhere around 50 degrees hot in the shadow. The sun was just frying every day. And you cannot even imagine how hot that is. So every hour when I was not working, I was basically writing or going to the gym or swimming in the pool, because your life is so very, very different down there. You live at the compound, which is the embassy. And if you want to leave it, you have to ask for permission and go with the guards, and they are armed and you travel in specific cars. So writing was really, I was so happy I had that with me and that I had a project that I brought to Baghdad, because otherwise I would have been lost, I think. And then in 2010 I applied for and got a position as counterterrorism officer in Vienna, where I moved to on the 1st of January, I think. And then I came home in the end of January this year, 2012. I decided last autumn that it was too much to both work and write. I started to write Unwanted in 2007. And since then I have now written 5 novels. And it is fantastic. There is nothing really I like more. And the thing is, even fun things take time, and I discovered that I was running out of time. I didn't have the hours needed to do all of it together. So my plan now is to work full time and to broaden my writing. So I have started to write for children. Will release my first children's crime novel in January next year. And I will also try to write some sort of factual books or texts. I haven't really found or decided a form for that, but I think it's important for me to have the intellectual angle attached to the writing as well, because otherwise I will end up in a situation in a few years where I say, okay, writing is fun but not stimulating enough. So I'm trying to have it all. Is that to ask for too much? Maybe it is. It sounds like that when I say it. But really this year when I traveled to Israel to write my novel, that was my dream come true. It was the closest I have ever in my lifetime been to a dream. And it was just magic to sit at American Colony Hotel in Jerusalem and write David's Stories of David. It was just mind-blowing, fantastic.